Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
This is Newcap News with Jeremy Thompson.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Battleford RCMP are asking for the public's help to find an 89-year-old man who has been missing from, or has been reported missing rather, from the Sweetgrass First Nation. Edward Frank is described as 5'7" and 175 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen driving a white Dodge Dakota pickup with the license plate 615JNP. If you have any info on Frank's whereabouts, you're asked to call the Battleford RCMP detachment at 306-446-1720. Well, from Athlete of the Year to highest average grades, students from the Public School Division had their achievements recognized Friday night. The Vic Juba Theatre was crowded for the annual L.C.H.S Scholarship and Awards celebration.
You know, our students work hard over a course of 3 years, and you know, we're recognizing grade 10s and 11s and some returning grade 12s as well.
Well, a number of scholarships were donated by the community, province, and by post-secondary institutions, giving a financial boost to many students as they prepare for their academic futures.
I think they're all super pumped, and you could see on the stage tonight, you know, they're giving hugs to one another and shaking hands to one another, and you know, I think it's an important night for them too, and they work hard. They deserve to be recognized.
If you looked at the stage tonight and saw the honors recipients and distinction recipients, I would say the future is very bright for LCHS, and that translates to a bright future for our community and our city.
In order to obtain a scholarship, all students were required to apply with various supporting documents. They were then selected by the scholarship committee. This Thursday marks the 3rd annual Indigenous Economic Partnership Summit at the Lloyd Ex. The event is geared towards connecting businesses with Indigenous people.
We're going to try and take the youth and take them through the steps of creating a business, kind of marketing approach, some of the management techniques for a business, and just kind of spur some creativity amongst the youth.
Last year, youth focused on Indigenous, non-Indigenous relationships. This year, there is a greater emphasis on business workshops and partnerships.
And we're attempting to bridge the gap, to bring both communities together so they can start working together on some solutions as opposed to focusing on the problems that we do have.
Prominent First Nations leader and businessman Chief Clarence Louie will kick off the summit with a keynote address, followed by various industry speakers. The event is free for the public and will run from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. on October 15th. You may have noticed it's a little bit wet outside. The forecast called for 5 to 10 millimeters of rain, and a wind warning has been in effect all day in Lloydminster. For those of you who have not ventured outside to experience it for yourselves, we sent our good cameraman Reed out into the storm at its peak to get a first-hand perspective for you. And as you can see, many drains have been overwhelmed by the downpour, and the leaves clogging them up haven't exactly helped either. A bit of an exciting day in the weather world.
Yeah, as you can see there was a lot of rain, and there's still a little bit of rain in certain parts of the city, but it has died down
it's mostly
for the majority of it.
And that means a break for farmers out there who are attempting harvest time. We have a social media snapshot, of course, and yesterday it wasn't quite as rainy. Of course, Councillor Jason Whiting out with his drone went to check out some farmers getting in some harvest time with their combine. Some cool shots here. You can see the dust coming off there, so definitely a little bit nicer of a day.
Yeah, hopefully it dries out definitely as we go into next week.
Then we will actually have something to be thankful for.